I'd like you to just have a chat with Michalis. He's from Cyprus, absolutely passionate about his kart, and I'd like him to have a chat with you and ask him a few questions. Let's see what he knows.
Absolutely. Let's put him on the spot then. Formula C, I believe.
Yeah,
from the 90s.
Yeah, so early 90s all the way to 99, Formula C. Initially with rotary valve engines like that one. Different design, slightly different design. In 1998 they moved to reed valve. These are both similar sort of things. That's a CRG, that's a Cosmic kart. Both similar mentality, the whole thing is very similar. So what we've got here is the equivalent of KZ in today's terms, but back in 90s. So front brakes, reed valve, 6-speed, 40 milli axle, and water cooled. Bodywork is slightly different. We are on budget hard tires, only for cost-effective reasons, because we race this in the Retro Kart Championship. So I'm a member of that championship. I do that championship the last 2-3 years, and it's pretty good. So if somebody wants to have a go in a gearbox, or he wants to experience the gearbox thing on a budget, this is the best way to do it. It's not as expensive as KZ. It's probably half or a lot less than a KZ, but you get the same enjoyment out of it. There's a good set of people on the grid. They race these karts, and it's pretty competitive and enjoyable. We've been doing it for a few years, and it's still going strong.
So is this something you've just got into in the last few years? If so, what's the background in karting, or is this the first thing you've done?
This is the first thing I've done. There's no background, from nothing to this. And I've had a lot of help from Gary. He's helped me, he's pushed me through all this. And we got to a point at the moment that we're pretty competitive. We know what we're doing, and it starts to become a lot more enjoyable racing against drivers who they know what they're doing.
Good. I'm going to see if Adam can just bring the camera around at the back, because I want to see if it's going to be a bit tight, and I don't know when this was last out, so I don't want to touch it, but that's, for most people, that's not a chain, and everybody normally would see a chain there, but that's not.
No. Well, what you're looking at is the water pump. These two belts, they feed in the water pump to cool down the engine. The
chain's in there.
Yes, chain's
but
in there.
That powers the water pump, which means that if that snaps, everything still works, but your water gets a little bit too hot and game over.
Game over, yeah. You cannot run without a water pump. It's same mentality as a KZ. KZs, they run similar sort of design, similar sort of system. They've got O-rings, we've got belts, but it's a very similar thing. So that pumps the water around through the engine, cools down the engine through the rad, and that's how we get the cooling.
Good. Again, it's a beautiful bit of kit that you've bought with us. And anything else special that stands out for us?
There isn't anything else to it. Is what we know as a KZ, but back in the 90s. Very similar. The main difference is the tires. We're on budget tires, and the bodywork. The engines are very similar. Obviously, 20, 30 years of development. The newer KZ engines have got a bit more power. They're a bit more reliable, but these are as good as the KZ engines from a reliability point of view. They're not as quick, but they still produce around 45, 44 horsepower. The main reason why we're a lot slower than KZ is the tires. And the only reason we're using budget tires is to maintain the costs down to a reasonable level, so we can still enjoy ourselves and not break the bank.
Well, 45 horsepower when you're an inch off the floor is enough for anybody, isn't it?
Yeah. It's pretty scary, pretty quick, enjoyable, and not expensive. So for anybody who wants a gearbox experience in a European style kart, this is the best way to do it. And there's a championship for it. The costs are not expensive. They're very good for people who is dad and a lad, or somebody who wants to race himself. It's very easy to get involved, very easy to join the championship, and everybody helps each other, everybody works together, and we'll enjoy ourselves.
Good stuff. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thanks for the interview.